Hi guys, it's me, it's Tiffany. You're here for Tiffany TV. I am Tiffany Price Murray, also known as TiffanyDIRA, and I am a transformational life coach and channeler of divine source energy. What are we doing here? Well, we are sharing stories and insights from my own life in hopes that it will benefit you in some way towards healing, towards letting go, towards insight and realization, towards any type of guidance or new understanding. All I'm doing is trying to share the love, baby, and shining my light. Woohoo! So, today I felt a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I had a little bit of anxiety coming into this, but I shook it off and I was like, no, it's okay. I'm going to show up anyway. I'm going to do it in my office, new space, new place, kind of revamp and just feel a little bit different than I was. And yeah, today's going good. I'm feeling on fire. I ate the most incredible food yesterday all day long. I ate such good food, and not that I ate a lot because my body wouldn't have been able to handle it after 4.5 days of not eating. But I just appreciated and had so much gratitude for every single bite and for who was preparing it for me. My chefs at La Caseta, they made all the food that they had made the night before for me, like 6 plates. And they made it so that I could try a little bit of every single thing because I had missed out the night before. And of course, I had my celebration soup, which was my spinach and broccoli soup from Sprague's. That was my first meal after I finished fasting. And it was, I tell you what, it just tastes different. When you haven't eaten for 4.5 days, it tastes so delicious. All of your senses are just being lit up by the incredibleness of this food. So I feel really grateful. I also have been super conscious and aware of programming my food, just like I learned in the workshop that I'm doing with Dira right now on DiraInternational.com. That is going to be the energy of food, and it talks about like in relation to your chakras and what foods correlate with that, but also the fact that you can program your food with a certain spectrum of light so that it carries the vibration of divine unconditional love. And so the process is simple. You go into channel and then you ask your food if you can program it, and then you fill it with golden light. You imagine that it is like encompassed in golden light, and then it carries the vibration while you're eating it. And it's so interesting because in the Dr. Masuru Emoto book that I read that was talking about the influence of your voice and certain words on food and water crystals, it said that the only thing that can cancel out or has been shown to cancel out microwaves, so things prepared in a microwave as opposed to things being prepared on like a stovetop or in other conventional ways, is the words thank you and I love you. And so love and gratitude. So I write love and gratitude and speak love and gratitude on all of my water bottles, on all of the microwaves. I say them before I put food in the microwave. And today I sort of stepped it up. I went into channel. I channeled it all with golden light. I said, thank you, I love you, thank you, I love you. And I swear it was like the food was radiating golden light back to me. Like I could feel it radiating, and I was like, oh, this food is going to be totally not changed and okay if it goes into these microwaves. Because generally I like to try to cook my food on the stove, but today I was making too many things, and I swear I could taste a difference. Maybe it's all in my head, but I'm telling you, it definitely, with my food programmed and then cooking my eggs and saying thank you for divine surrender, blind surrender. That is the capacity of eggs. That's the vibration that they hold. I was like, thank you for the blind surrender. Thank you, thank you. And then I was saying thank you to my fats for grounding my physical body to the earth. And just knowing what each section of food that I was eating related to which chakra, I think it made a difference. It made my meal taste completely different just because I had a more expanded perspective and understanding of what each one of those things related to. Call me crazy. That's okay. If you're interested, honestly, I totally recommend, if you're interested in food or nutrition or anything like that, I recommend that you go onto the Dira. Sorry, that's just like a little bit, that's like a little bit too much. I was shining though. I was shining in that light. So I'm feeling really great after my fast. I'm super grateful. I'm glad that it went easily. I would say it was the easiest one that I've done so far. And I know already that I will be doing another one in February when I start my level 4, when I finished my ceremony. Yesterday, Divine was like, yeah, you're done until February. So I kind of anticipate that I will get a message in February or just before, maybe when I get off my cruise in January. I will probably be grateful for the opportunity to have a few days not to eat something. Okay, well, I hope you guys are well. Today, we're going to talk about something that just like popped into my head one day when I was on my way to work, and I've already done a Tiffany's Epiphany about it. And you can go through Facebook. They're all open. All of my past Tiffany's Epiphanies from the last 4 years. But it made me think it made me think about this concept about how life is the dream. Life is a dream. Okay. I'm a very vivid and avid dreamer. One of my husband's most unfavorite thing to hear first thing in the morning was like, oh my goodness, I just had the craziest dream. I'm going to tell you all about it. And he's like, oh my gosh, please let me get my coffee first because this could take a while. And he's like, I can't even believe how much you remember of your dreams and how clear they are. And really, like, when I dream big, and I remember almost everything. I remember every progression. I remember everything. Maybe I should start writing those down. Maybe I should start a dream journal. That would be really cool. Actually, I could see patterns, and I could see if some of them were like indicating something else in my life. And yeah, that would be really cool. I'm going to get on that. Anyway, so the concept that life is the dream. Have you ever had that moment where you're in your dream and then suddenly you become aware in your dream? And it is like you can maneuver through your dream in a totally different way because you know that you're dreaming. It's not like this unconscious thing that things around you are happening and you don't know what's going on and everything sort of seems weird. And I always have in my dreams, it's weird. Like when something drastic is happening, no matter what, I try to use my phone to like call someone for help, or I'm calling 911 or something like that. And my phone is not working and I cannot use my phone. But then as soon as I am like, oh, I'm in a dream, it's okay. It totally changes everything after that. So if we think about life, our life, this existence, this reality, as a dream that our soul is having. So our soul already knows that it's infinite, and our soul is already in a place of like full expansion. But we've come down through all of the densities to be here in this dimension where we think we are apart from our souls until the moment that we become aware and we wake up. Okay? So this is super important. Like that moment of awakening means that then, even in this life, that we can move through this life in a totally different way, in a different capacity, because then we are awake and we are aware, and we know that we can create things. We know that we can make certain choices that will bring us to different directions. We know that everybody that comes into our experience is going to be there to serve us, to show us something. And if things are happening that we don't like, we can like tweak that a little bit in order to create a new dream. Okay? Or like for the dream that we are seeing around us to be totally different. So this is super important as we collectively are moving into a new experience. The more that we hold a beautiful dream in our minds, and the more we tailor and form and really like mold the world around us by sharing love and sharing all kinds of things, and we'll get to this in a minute, transmuting the shadow by radically loving and accepting the shadow for exactly what it is. I have an incredible quote by Matias De Stefano that I'm going to read you that's going to talk exactly about this. So the question is, how do we want to celebrate in this life? And then just do it. Oh my gosh, decide how you want to bring joy. I have a little sign right here. It says, how can I enjoy my life today? Get excited about right now. Love and gratitude equals peace. I mean, I do write myself those little notes just as a reminder over there. They're everywhere. So you can ask yourself, what do you love? What brings you joy? And then fill your life with more and more and more of those things. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have shadows. It doesn't mean that there are not going to be things that come up that are going to be challenging, that are going to push you, that are going to maybe trigger you or upset you or like get a rise in you or have emotions that are really intense, because those moments are the moments that we expand. Those are the moments that we grow. Those are the moments that like push us beyond our comfort zone, and they encourage us to like be more expansive than we were prior to that. There's so much value and so much lessons. And we may look at those things as the shadow, but actually it's two of the same things. It's on opposite sides. And the fact is, we need to have the shadow in order to exist. This is a world of duality. I'm not sure that it will ever be that, like, I don't know that the third dimension will ever be a world that is not in duality, because that's like the basis of this existence. Now you can rise above, you can empower yourself to supersede all of that and still be in this world, but not of it. They're so smart when they say that. Oh my goodness, that's so it. Be in the world, but not of it. Be of the world, but not in it. Oh my gosh, I have it. I have it totally wrong. Be in the world. No, be of the world, but not in it. Okay, please do not quote me on this. Oh my gosh. Whatever that quote is, whatever I just said, it totally makes sense to that. Be of the world and not in it. I'm going to have to look that up. Okay, so we can make our dream anything we want. We truly can. And this is why the law of attraction and the whole like manifestation sensation has been such a big thing. Is because when people start realizing that they are the creators, all of a sudden they want to create all of these things that they think that they want. And they want to create, like, it's our egos basically, and it's our solar plexus and the yellow spectrum of vibration that's like, I need to create a mansion in Malibu. I need to create a Lamborghini. I need to create, like, let me manifest all of these things because I'm the creator. And then if they don't get all of these things, they're somewhat disappointed, and then they fall back into victim consciousness because they feel as though they are not the creator anymore because they didn't get those things. But maybe those things were not the best things for them at that time, and or maybe they had blockages that they didn't realize that they had to let go of in order those things to just come to them freely and easily. So it's not that we're not the creators, and it's not that we are unable to manifest or like draw things to us, because we certainly are. But when you fall into victim consciousness, or when you become unaware again and the blinders get put back on, I believe it's only a matter of time before you're like, whoa, I'm awake again. What was I thinking? Like, that was maybe a moment, but I needed that moment in the shadow, in the darkness, in order to get to my next stage of light. They're symbiotic. They really need, symbiotic? Yeah, they really need each other in order to exist. So within our dream, because we're creating, oh, sorry, Daddy, not right now. When you're in your dream and you're creating, how often do we not realize that we create by anticipating the worst scenario, or by having an idea of something that is in the future that we don't even know yet, because it hasn't even arrived, but yet we've almost already made up our mind about what it's going to be like. And then we like play into that. And we're like, oh no, it's going to be like this. And I don't want to do it, or I have resistance. And really and truly, we don't have any idea. But then because of that, if we don't, in the time before that event happens, let go of those things, that is what is manifested because of what you're holding on to, and because of all of the thoughts and all of the spirals and all of the things that you've been projecting. The universe supports you in anything you believe, okay? They support you. So if you believe that's what it's going to be, they're like, oh, well, I guess that's what I've got to give you, because that's what you're holding on to. That's what you're carrying. So if during the time leading up to this event, you can let go of all of that other stuff, the event turns out to be completely different, because the reason why you had that resistance was just to show you what you have to let go of. You can ask yourself, what do I want my dream to look like? What do I really want from my life? How do I want to make my dreams a reality? Oh, look, Daddy's like, what? You're sending me a voicemail? Rude. Okay, and so we're going to say, how? How do we do this? Well, the first thing we do is by waking up in our dream. And we go, bam, it's time. I am woke. I am a woke bitch. I am like doing it. I know what is up. I know what is going on. I know that I'm the creator. I know that in any situation, I can control my response. And based on that, the sequence of events that happens after that is like it like jumps my timelines. Okay. Second thing, letting go of all the things that are holding you back. And this is a hard one. This is a hard one. And it is letting go, but it is also by radical love of all of those shadows, and like release and integration of the new that like rises your vibration up. 3, taking inspired action. This was hard for me as a doer. And as someone who was like really predominantly, as a Leo, predominantly yellow spectrum of vibration, I found it really difficult to take inspired action. I had a lot of stuff standing in my way. I had a lot of things in my head. I had a lot of junk baggage that I had to like let go of and get out of there in order to get me to a place where I could just not care about what other people think, and not feel like I needed to have it all figured out, and not plan every single little tiny detail and say, if it doesn't turn out this way, then I'm a failure. And then not get totally attached to an outcome of being like, well, it's either going to be this way in the end, or it's had no value. It takes a lot to get there. And then trust that whatever you're doing is for a purpose and is for the best of you and is going to serve you in some way, even if it doesn't turn out the way that you thought. It's hard to take inspired action. And really, I'm freaking proud of myself for doing this. Like, I am 19 days in, 20 days. Oh my gosh, we're almost 2/3 of the way there. And I've done this every single day. I have not missed a recording one single day. I've uploaded all of my things. I show up even if I don't have my makeup on. I show up even if I'm like not perfection Tiffany. I am just doing it because you know what? This is it. I just would love for my life to inspire or help one single person. I would love for everything that I've learned and all the books that I've read and everything that I have gone through to be helpful to another person. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Okay, here we go. We're going to do the quote from Matias. I'm going to do my channel and then we can go because I don't know who's at my front door. Quote from Matias. And this is going to wrap it all up. Oh, and then I really did want to read you this poem. So let's do that first. No, I think we're going to do the quote first and then the poem is going to wrap it up and we'll do the channel from there. Quote from Matias. I will also link this podcast. I've linked it before, but this podcast has taken me really many days to get through because it's like 2 hours. It's with him and Robert Edward Grant. And he says, darkness is not against us. Darkness is just another system that is holding reality. So the main conflict we are having is not darkness. It is our awareness on how we use it. It's like blaming the hammer for hitting your finger. It's not the hammer's fault. It's how you use it. Darkness is not the problem. It's how we use it. And I think this is so beautiful because if we look at the darkness actually as serving us just as much as the light, and we see that the darkness, it is what is bringing up all of the things that are keeping us from experiencing the light that we do experience on a higher and higher and higher level, then we can embrace that darkness and be like, thank you, actually. I appreciate you. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for showing me where I have been blind. Right? Okay, amazing. Now I'm going to read a beautiful poem by my beautiful friend Lubna Carusi from For Humanity, Volume 1. All of these poems are channeled. And this one is called Life. Could it be that this is just a dream? That what you see is not what it seems? And what is a dream if not an alternate reality in which you attain better clarity of the vibration you hold in a moment of time? And does the world become clearer when you listen to our rhyme? Is it all just an illusion for you to release your delusion that you are what appears to be physical and that the spirit is only something mystical? That is perhaps one perspective in which you can be reflective on the comfort or discomfort that you feel and then question, is this reality real? You live in a realm of separation. Duality is the presentation, but this realm is not the destination. It is only for you to understand your truth, to be aware of your light, and to gather the proof through the signs that are presented and the relationships that are mended, that this journey is one of perspective. What makes the difference in your life between an existence of ease and an existence of strife? It is the window through which you view yourself. Is the ego at the forefront or put on the shelf? When you view the world in the story and labels, definitions, attachments, and conditioned fables, you limit your light from shining bright, and then your experience is of a dark, unpleasant night. But when consciousness shifts to the chakra at the crown, then even in a difficult situation, you won't frown as you recognize the perfect orchestration and that all is just in relation to how far you allow your light to shine. And the further it shines, the more sublime. Nothing is happening outside of you. It is all just a mirror of what's allowed through your layers of beliefs and constructs of mind, and hence you are given time to understand the possible freedom when you no longer live in delirium, in that you are a body, an ego, or a mind. As the truth that's within you, you find that you are a soul of infinite light that is meant to shine in this realm so bright. And then joy and happiness come with ease, as from the clutches of your thoughts you have been freed. And all the ways you had limited yourself from shining are released as you understand the purpose of our timing, as time provides a measured pace, so that in everything you understand and witness our face, that exists not only in you but in all. And even in your light you shouldn't stand tall, but merge in the sea of oneness. As the light that exists in you exists in each and every one, there is not one on this earth that doesn't shine like a sun. And perhaps they are dimmed in a specific event, but that should not be a reason for you to prevent the possibility of witnessing the divine and trusting fully that they too can shine. As there is no separation between them and you, they are merely a mirror, that is true, of your own frequency of vibration, and so you have come here to be in relation, as resonance is the string that pulls them near. And when you yourself let go of your fear, all the characters, stories, people, and events are reflective of you opening the fence for your light to flow through, and the experience of life can be made anew. So it is a dream in which you live, regardless of what you call it. It is based on what you give of your own truth and limitless light. Are you ready to shine infinitely bright? Thank you. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. I'm going to do that instead of a channel today. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Lubna. Thank you, Divine. Call to action. I want you to tell me what you want your dream to look like. And then I want you to tell me how it is that you are becoming awake and aware in your dream. Like what things you're doing. Like maybe you're taking a breath in the moment. Maybe you're grounding your feet. Maybe you're feeling your feet hit the ground every time you're walking somewhere. Maybe you stop every time the wind rustles through the breeze. The wind rustles through the trees. I'm having a hard day talking today. Please excuse me. You just tell me all of those things. Okay, I love you. I'm going to see my daughter. Ciao for now.